the Caribbean Award from the Caribbean Association of Pharmacists. And whereas you were named Pharmacist of the Year, served as the president of the Dominica Pharmacy Association, as a lecturer in the pharmacy program at the Dominica State College, and you are a long-standing member of the Caribbean Pharmacy Association. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Renf Alexis, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as a businessman operating in the town of Portsmouth, serving the people of the north of Dominica since 1988. And whereas you displayed impressive entrepreneurial spirit from the age of 12, selling crabs in the nearby French territory of Guadeloupe to generate income to feed and provide for your family. And whereas you founded M&R Trading in Portsmouth, specializing in the sale of cement, steel rods, lumber, plywood, and galvanized, and in September of 1997, branched into the housing sector, providing accommodation to well over 100 students attending the Ross University. And through your business endeavors, you currently employ over 35 people. And whereas you have served your community and country in a number of voluntary roles, including as a member of the Portsmouth Town Council, a current board member of Invest Dominica Authority, and you are the assistant pastor at God's Family House of Worship and leader of the couples ministry. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered a meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Sun Hao Ji, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as the head of the Chinese Agricultural Mission and have assisted to upgrade and develop agricultural technology in Dominica for the past 18 years. And whereas you and your team have collaborated with the Ministry of Agriculture in Dominica to construct and operate the Hillsborough Horticultural Center and the Dominica China Modern Agricultural Center in 1 Mile, and have directed the feasibility research, planning, and establishment of the Dominica China Agricultural Science Complex building, including a tissue culture laboratory for the introduction of tissue culture rapid propagation techniques. And whereas under your leadership, various high-value new crop varieties such as collar peppers, broccoli, cantaloupes, and dragon fruit, which are suitable for local cultivation, have been successfully introduced. And every year, thousands of farmers are provided with technical support. Students from many schools are offered agricultural training, and hundreds of thousands of high-quality seedlings are propagated and distributed free of charge to local farmers. And whereas these sustained efforts have made a significant contribution to the development of agriculture in Dominica and strengthened the profound friendship between the people of the People's Republic of China and Dominica. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Samuel Carrett, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica and contributed to socio-economic development, having served in various capacities in local government, housing, agriculture, planning, finance, and public works for 42 years. And whereas you first served as a district development officer and progressed to very distinguished positions within the public service, notably as chief development planner and permanent secretary, and now serve as resilience planning and development consultant at the Climate Resilience Execution Agency of Dominica. And whereas, following the devastating impact of natural disasters, you returned from retirement to assist in national recovery efforts, provided strategic insights, strengthened the National Development Management Framework, and helped formulate the 2018 Growth and Social Protection Strategy, National Resilience Development Strategy 2018-2030, and the Climate Resilience Recovery Plan 2020-2030. And whereas you contributed to the development of Dominica's low-carbon climate resilient development strategy, which provided access to green climate fund opportunities, and in your capacity as National Poverty Reduction Coordinator, you played a pivotal role in the formulation of Dominica's social protection programs and legislative initiatives. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Sobers John Esprit, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the fields of culture and tourism, and have for over 40 years worked in theater, drama, festival tourism, and more recently in the development of the cultural and creative industries in Dominica and the region. And whereas you served for many years as Deputy Director of Tourism at the National Development Corporation, NDC, and acted as Director of Tourism between 2000 and 2002, was a founding member of the Dominica Festivals Commission, DFC, and one of the pioneers in building Dominica's festival tourism program, which includes the World Creole Music Festival, Mass Dominique, and Jazz and Creole. And whereas you contributed to the growth of the creative and cultural industries in the region, having served as the technical specialist at the OECS Commission's Competitive Business Unit and as a director of the Caribbean Development Bank, Creative and Cultural Industries Innovation Fund. And whereas as a cultural administrator, you have worked with stakeholders to forge partnerships to build stronger and more robust cultural industries across the OECS, particularly in music, film and audiovisual, fashion and design, and visual arts as a viable option for economic and social advancement in the region. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Fabia Adler Hamlet, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the energy sector, particularly through your contribution to the Dominica Electricity Services Company, DOMLEC, over several years. And whereas from 1983 to 1990, you were engaged as a generation engineer and engineering manager at DOMLEC, overseeing the construction of the Sugarloaf Power Station in Portsmouth to expand electricity generation, and then served as hydro expansion manager undertaking a hydroelectric expansion project to include the Loda Power Station and the Trafalgar Power Station. And whereas you shared your knowledge and expertise in electricity generation, transmission, and distribution in senior management positions in the region, namely at Lucelec in St. Lucia and the Anguilla Electricity Services Limited. And whereas you were the general manager of Domlec between 1993 and 1997, served as a director of the board of directors for over 9 years and was chairman of the audit committee, and for over 4 decades, Dominica benefited significantly from your knowledge and expertise in the diverse capacities in which you served the country's sole electricity provider. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Yoland John Jules, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contribution to community development and as an exemplary and dedicated public officer for 40 years. And whereas during your distinguished tenure from 1980 to 2017 at the Public Works Department Road Maintenance Division, and subsequently at the Office of Disaster Management as a field officer from 2017 to 2019, you have greatly contributed to local governance and disaster management and was bestowed with a regional award in 2018 in Trinidad and Tobago for outstanding contribution to local government in the Caribbean. And whereas you have been a steadfast champion of community development since 1977, deeply involved in gospel preaching, the planning of village and national events, and made invaluable contributions to arts and culture, finance, accounting, engineering, public health, waste management, and disaster management. And whereas your commendable public journey began as a member of the Dominica Scouts Association at a tender age, you garnered acclaim in your music career with multiple junior calypso crowns, initiated a cherished radio gospel program in Creole, and remain a pivotal figure in Dominica's politics from your early involvement in the Young Freedom Movement. Now, therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November, 2023. Kendall Johnson, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as a senior civil and coastal engineer in the public service. And whereas in 44 years, that should be 34 years of public service, your work spanned the analysis, design, procurement, and implementation of civil works projects, including the design of land development infrastructure at Canefield, Jimmet, and Chans Portsmouth, quality control for the Roseau Seawall and Bayfront development, construction of the Foncolay landfill, and the design and construction of the Castlebruce Health Center, and sea defenses and roadworks at Capuchin, Gel Lyon, Ascola, Tatan, and Soufrière to Scott's Head. And whereas as Chief Technical Officer and later Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works, you supervise the implementation of major public sector capital projects. And whereas you continue to serve as a civil engineering consultant, offering technical assistance to the Ministry of Public Works, supervising the construction of the road project from Bois Diab to Castlebruce and Castlebruce to Hatton Garden via the Kalinago territory, and the design of a new port facility for Asdime. Now therefore, I, Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Clemens Roy, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by displaying immense dedication in entrepreneurship, community development, and contribution to various sectors. And whereas through your efforts, the Dominican community has witnessed the growth and success of Max Roy Trading and Roy C. Real Estate and Construction Limited, significantly contribution to the construction needs and development of the country. And whereas as founder and managing director of both Max Roy Trading and Roy C. Real Estate and Construction Limited, you have displayed remarkable leadership and vision, ensuring the growth, expansion, and diversification of your enterprises while making impactful contributions to Dominica's development. And whereas through your entrepreneurial ventures, you have provided employment, supported sports, music, and education initiatives, and have been a beacon of support to various community projects and causes, including, but not limited to, the Catholic Church, the banana industry, and the support of various clubs and establishments. And whereas your continuous endeavors, ranging from the founding of a successful trading company to supporting the education of the youth and the welfare of the elderly, have showcased your unwavering commitment to the growth and the prosperity of Dominica. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Durant-Smith. Alan J. Paul, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica in domestic and external trade policy coordination, and whereas you began your career as a teacher and a deputy principal of the Dominica Grammar School before moving to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, where you coordinated the transition from the imperial to the metric system of units in Dominica. And whereas on secondment to the Economic Affairs Secretariat of the OECS, located in St. John's, Antigua, you were senior trade economist and provided advice to OECS governments and private sector agencies on trade issues, and represented the OECS and CARICOM at international trade-related technical forums, including the Council for Trade and Economic Development, COTED. And whereas you were Director of Trade in Dominica's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade and Marketing for 7 years, responsible for the formulation and coordination of all aspects of the domestic and external trade policies of the government of Dominica. And whereas you were then the Regional Trade Advisor for the OECS region within the Commonwealth Secretariat, managed the Enhancing Trade Capacity Development Project, and provided strategic technical assistance and advice to the OECS on trade issues and the implementation of regional and international trade agreements. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Maximin Victorine Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as a businessman in the construction industry and through your philanthropic acts, and whereas in 1979, following the devastating impact of Hurricane David on the island, you provided committed services in the development and construction of private homes, offering beneficiaries a sense of stability and normalcy at a time when it was most needed. And whereas through the establishment of maximum building supplies, you contributed to the enhancement of the construction industry and creating an avenue to transfer knowledge and training to young practitioners in joinery, masonry, carpentry, and business. And whereas you have dedicated your life to helping the vulnerable in your community, assisted parents to ensure their children received a solid education, and provided employment for hundreds of Dominicans over your many years in business. And as an entrepreneur, you continue to uphold your personal motto, that which you penned at the tender age of 15, to provide a service to the Dominican people. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Asa Edwards Esquire, or Asa Banton. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as a sportsman and entertainer, and whereas you first served your country as a cricketer and was the captain of the under-15 national team at the Windward Islands tournament in Trinidad and Tobago in 1999, and a member of the champion Dominica national team in the Windward Islands under-19 tournament in 2003, and was selected to play for the Windward Islands under-19 team in Jamaica and Guyana. And whereas from 2000, you have distinguished yourself for your high energy, electrifying, and often unpredictable performances on global stages, earning the title the Booyah Boss. And you have toured widely across the Caribbean, Europe, and the United States, and featured on the Uber Soca cruise, proudly representing and promoting your island, Dominica, as a true cultural ambassador. And whereas you have stimulated economic activity in your community of Grand Bay through the annual summer event, Breakfast Fete, which attracts a number of visitors to our shores and creates a platform for local artists to develop and showcase their craft. And whereas beyond your musical genius, your unwavering commitment to the community is evident through your philanthropic work, especially in service to the children and elderly of Dominica. And you have contributed to the school feeding program at various schools and initiated the school snack program and the Change for Change program and the Credit Initiative to assist vulnerable citizens. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Gloria Septra Augustus. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your stellar contribution to the legal profession and your dedicated service in the areas of social justice reform, youth and community development. And whereas in 2004, you began your career as a magistrate, attending primarily to juvenile and family court matters in Dominica, the genesis of your lifelong devotion to advocacy for the socially disadvantaged in society, especially the youth, and you have promoted social justice and human rights among vulnerable women, children, and families. And whereas, as one of the founders of FOTA, From Offending to Achieving, you created an alternative program for juveniles and at-risk youth in Dominica through several other initiatives, courageously championed the cause of juvenile justice reform. And whereas through your involvement in film and drama as a producer, director, writer, and actress, spanning various projects, and author of short stories, poems, and plays, you continue to raise awareness of critical social issues such as the incidence, prevention, and stigma concerning HIV/AIDS, climate change, domestic violence, and parenting. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid, by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November, 2023. Cynthia Agnes Joseph. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the development of Dominica in the area of sports and physical education, and whereas through your zeal and your immeasurable passion for sports, you have helped develop interest in the various sporting disciplines and assisted in the advancement of the sports sector in Dominica. And whereas you dedicated much of your teaching career to physical education, eventually becoming the head of the sports department of the Portsmouth Secondary School until your retirement in 2020, and led the school to countless inter-school championships in netball. And whereas for over 2 decades, you were a national coach in netball, volleyball, and table tennis, organized the Northern Netball Academy, and received the award for Coach of the Year at the National Sports Awards for several years. And whereas in your retirement, you continue to contribute your wealth of knowledge and experience to the development of sports in Dominica by assisting primary and secondary schools during the netball season. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order, by this my warrant, that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica, this 3rd day of November, 2023. Lisa Evelyn White. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your unequivocal patriotism and exceptional cultural representation on the global stage. Your passion for Dominica's culture began at an early age through your active participation in the St. Alphonsus Folk Choir. And whereas in Boston, you proudly and selflessly promote Dominica's culture by participating in several cultural events organized by various Caribbean communities to include exhibitions, concerts, trade shows, and church services, especially during the Independence season. And whereas your many unique presentations of the country's flag at public events, specifically at the North American carnivals, significantly contribute to Dominica's international exposure, and your undeniable love for country, your passion, and intentional exhibition of your country's culture in all arenas continue to inspire Dominicans both here and abroad as a constant reminder of our home, our Isle of Beauty and Splendor. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Meritorious Service Award, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Services Medal of Honor for meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica by Her Excellency Sylvanie Burton, DAH, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to Cecil Christopher Joseph Esquire, Marian George, Ashton Shillingford Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica, now therefore I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Cecil Joseph Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as Executive Secretary of the Dominica Hucksters Association, involved in the marketing and export of Dominican agricultural produce. And whereas you performed your function with a high level of dedication and for over 40 years assisted hucksters and exporters of local produce to ship their trade to the neighboring territories. And through your efforts, the Dominica Hucksters Association became a respected entity which educated and supported hucksters and exporters to improve their livelihoods and make contributions to Dominica's economy. And whereas, as the Executive Secretary, you spearheaded several initiatives to provide structure and create opportunities for hucksters to access new markets, and served as a director of the Dexia Board and the Marketing Board of Dominica, helping to secure regional outlets for Dominican produce. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Marian George. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica as an entrepreneur and through your outstanding contribution to the tourism sector, and whereas for the last 40 years you have made an invaluable asset to the tourism industry and made lasting impressions on the hearts and minds of countless travelers through your unwavering commitment to excellence and your passion for providing exceptional service as a vendor at Mount Bruce, the Woodbridge Bay Port, Rosa Old Market, and the Bayfront. And whereas through your career, you have consistently gone above and beyond to ensure that all visitors, Dominicans and non-nationals alike, are provided with the most authentic nature island experience that exceeds all expectations. And whereas your unique ability to connect with people from all walks of life makes each interaction a memorable one, your profound knowledge and understanding of Dominica and your ability to provide invaluable insights and recommendations to travelers redefine what it means to be a vendor in the tourism industry. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Ashton Shillingford, Esquire. Whereas you have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica through your outstanding contribution as a photographer and videographer for over 40 years, and as an information assistant and cameraman at the Government Information Service, GIS, and whereas you have covered every major government function since 2002 as a cameraman attached to GIS, contributed to numerous publications promoting Dominica produced by the then National Development Corporation, NDC, and your photos were used for over 20 years for the cover of telephone directories of Cable and Wireless Dominica, phone cards, posters for Carnival and the World Creole Music Festival and other national events. And whereas you have worked as a production assistant on movies filmed in Dominica and have photographed various aspects of Dominican life for international organizations and foreign media entities. And whereas, as an integral part of the GIS staff, called upon to perform the duties of director from time to time, have operated the lead camera at many National Day of events, to include the broadcast of Parliament, National Day, and the swearing-in of Cabinet. Now, therefore, I, Sylvanie Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, as aforesaid by this my warrant, do grant and confer on you the dignity and honor of the Services Medal of Honor, which I am empowered to bestow on those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I do further order by this my warrant that you be awarded the Medal of Honor in recognition of your services to the Commonwealth of Dominica, given under my hand and the public seal of the Commonwealth of Dominica this 3rd day of November 2023. Let's give a round of applause to all of our awardees this morning. We thank you for your service to the government, to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for honoring those persons who have rendered meritorious service to the Commonwealth of Dominica. We will now present a fruit basket to Mr. Burton, spouse of the President.
Well, we just heard from the Masters of Ceremony.
And the bouquet will also be presented to Honorable Melissa Carrett, wife of the Honorable Prime Minister.
President, for the very first time I'm hearing that. I mean, flowers.
Fruit basket.
Fruit basket.
The bouquets are for the ladies.
That men love flowers. Well, yeah, fruits came from flowers. That's a fact. And so the husband of the president has been given a fruit basket, compliment for the Prime Minister's wife, you know. And you can see all various fruits of the, yes, various fruits of Dominica, you know, healthy. And I'm sure that's one of the things that we're talking about in Dominica, to ensure that we eat healthy, eat local. And that's a clear reflection today while we celebrate our 45th anniversary, sending a message to the many Dominicans who are viewing and now hearing our voice that we should eat what we grow.
Avec toute cette célébration, ça nous nie. Oui, of course. Yes. Cancer, pisado, tension, c'est pareil ça là.
Quel est mon dit, je monte avec go position ça. Pas mon fruit basket, pas mon fleur. I love flowers. I love flowers.
Mon question j'ai toujours ça là, là où dit ça.
Oui.
I now invite Sergeant Raymond Joseph, who is also the commandant of the Dominica Carrett Corps, to provide insights into the parade of uniformed officers.
Well, they're going to have the parade of the 5 platoons, the government band, and Joseph Raymond will be the one overseeing this match pass for sure. Again, I just can't stop talking about the huge crowd here.
Oh yes, it's a very good turnout.
I mean,
Very
we
good
know that
turnout.
the stadium has a capacity of 15,000 people, and it looks like here it has close to 8,000 to 9,000 people here. Really, as a true reflection of the joy that our people have in celebrating our 45th anniversary.
Okay, welcome again if you're just joining us. We are now seeing the parade getting back on the ground.
Well, it's
Led by the Music Lovers Government Band. And we can see the
Rosita,
drum
this
major
one
doing
is from
something.
this song is from Gordon Henderson.
Happy Independence,
You know, we saw
Dominica.
the guys at the
Presently, we have the marching on of the troops,
they were able to
led by
act,
the Dominica
Peter-
Music
Peter-
Lovers
Peter
Government
Lita
Band
and,
under
the
the
guy who was
direction
at the front.
of
I think you are able to
Bandmaster
give us a bit of
Peter
description as to
Lita.
the position and who these people are.
The band is actually leading the troops, while the parading troops, police platoon, followed by the fire ambulance services, followed by the flag party, and then we have the Cadet Corps. We have two platoons of the Dominican Cadet Corps, the infantry platoon of the Cadet Corps on parade today. We have not seen the Sea Cadets, neither have we seen the prison services on parade. For some reason, we don't know why the parade commander is now getting in front of the parade, where he's going to pay the final compliment, the march pass to His Excellency, the President, who will be soon getting on the salute and dais to receive the compliment. On parade, as I said, we have the 5 parading troops, or 5 parading platoons on parade here today. We are celebrating our 45th anniversary of independence. Dominica became independent state, a republic, Democratic Republic in 1978, having get full independence from our colonial masters. Prior to that, we had the president, the governor as our head of state. Now we have a president as our...
So the governor was the representative
of the Queen. Actually, he was representative of the Queen. Now we have our president as our head of state, being a Democratic Republic, basically where the people rule. Okay. All right. So the troops are now. They have now formed up. They are in 2 ranks, in close order as they march on. The parade commander, Superintendent Belgrove Charles, he will be leading the parade through the march past. Each platoon will be marching past the Southern Dais and paying the compliment to Her Excellency, the President, Mrs. Sylvanie Burton, who will be taking the salute for the first time as the President. Dominica has made history. In the Caribbean has made history where we have a first female President as our head of state. Just halted. What's going to happen right now? The dressing sergeant is going to dress the parade, make sure that they're in line. We have a frontage, as we say, of five platoons, and we have a depth, which will be where they will be forming up in 2 ranks to prepare themselves for the
In preparation for the march pass in slow and quick time, the parade commander, Superintendent of Police, Belgrove Charles, has now given command for the dressing of the troops.
After that, we'll see the commencement of the march past.
This is being done by Sergeant of Police.
She will soon make her way to the Saluting Dais to take the salute. The Saluting Dais is flanked by 2 cadet officers as security, and the aide-de-camp, Ms. Powell, will be leading Her Excellency the President.
Yes, and that was Sergeant of Police Alan Maxime, assisted by Sergeant of Police Acting Pedrina Tupini.
Led by her aide-de-camp, her personal security, and the Commissioner of Police in preparation for the march past in slow and quick time. parade commander has just commanded the patrol or the parade to turn right in preparation for the march past as they move forward and take his position at the front of number 1 platoon. Number 1 platoon is the police platoon led by Inspector Murphy John Jules. Number 2 platoon led by Inspector Lyndon Timothy. These are the 2 police platoons on parade, and then followed by the flag party, where the 2nd Lieutenant Charles being the flag bearer. The flag, 4 escorts.
Here you see platoon number 1 of the Command for Dominica Police Force, platoon commander Inspector Murphy John Jules. The troop is taking a left wheel, followed by a change direction left form.
The parade of uniforms will be the highlight of the Independence Parade. A lot of people come out here to see the parade. This year we don't have a display as in the past. We only have the mass part of the troop. The number 1 platoon is leading the parade. We see that they have now advancing onto the south, and that's when they were doing the eyes right.
Ahead of number 1 platoon of the Command for Dominica Police Force, Parade Commander Bev Charles, and his second in command, Assistant Superintendent of Police Antonia Moses. Please look on as they give the ceremonial salute to Her Excellency the President.
Just given the order, eyes right, and the troops are all doing their eyes right as they march past directly in front of Her Excellency the President.
Platoon number 2 of the Command for Dominica Police Force is led by Acting Inspector Lyndon T. Murphy.
As they pass, we have the 2nd platoon led by Inspector Timothy is now doing his part as he passes the salute and dies.
The flag party bearer is Second
Followed by the
Lieutenant
flag, we see the flag bearer.
Leroy Charles of the Dominica Cadet Corps with escorts to the flag. Up next is the Fire and Ambulance Services, Platoon Commander, Station Officer Matthew Prosper.
Wonderful spectacle here at the Park Stadium as we celebrate our 45 years of independence. We also see the Fire and Ambulance Services.
Following the Fire and Ambulance Service is a contingent of the Dominica Cadet Corps, led by Second Lieutenant Edfield Benjamin.
All the military formal attire.
The last platoon of the Dominica Cadet Corps is led by Lieutenant Kerry Prosper of the Dominica Cadet Corps, who is also a fire officer in the Dominica Fire and Ambulance Services.
Military type uniform as they march past. We see Her Excellency also returning the compliment and saluting the platoon as they march past in front of the salute and dance. South and Ice is now on the left as they march south of the stadium in preparation to break into quick time where they will be march passing or marching past pass in quick time. Is playing for a moment while the parade commander is giving the order to break into quick time, where they're going to adjust.
Now the tempo has changed from slow march to quick march.
In front of the fellows and diet to pay the respect and compliment to Her Excellency. Individually, we'll be doing the left form and we'll be paraded in front of the superintendent. Parade commander, General Charles, and Inspector Murphy is giving the order to eyes right, where all the officers will be responding to that command. We have ASP Moses, the female officer this time, as the two IC
Musical accompaniment by the Dominica Government Band. This rendition is known as Forward We Go, One Nation. Forward We Go, composed by Chester Later, and the match arrangement was done by Peter Later, who is the present bandmaster of the band. Forward We Go was written by Inspector of Police Derek St. Rose of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, and the match arrangement was done by bandmaster Peter Later.
We now send the platoon of the Dominica Cadet Corps
To the rear of the
in front of the
cadets, bringing up the parade, is Inspector of Police Bill Johnson, who is the parade adjutant. Drum major for the government band is no other than Anthony James, who is also a member of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force.
The usual stuff. Of the parade here at the Windsor Park Stadium in Dominica on the 25th year of independence.
nous célébrer 45 années avec célébration ça qu'a fini, Déjà gros, non? Déjà. Les enfants doivent avoir la même case, une case où, vous comprenez? Et on aura donc si on paye.
The band will now bring the parade to a halt, following which the parade commander will give the order for the parade to be dressed in preparation for the march in review order. On conclusion of the review order, we'd like to invite all to stand as we prepare for the national anthem.
Oh, my fingers. It's just halted. I will say this precision as the parade has just halted in preparation for the advance and review order, which is the last part of the parade. They're now dressing the parade, making sure or ensuring that they are in perfect alignment. We have the dressing sergeants who are currently doing this, making sure that the troops are in line as they prepare themselves for the advance in review order, which is basically 15 paces, moving up towards the southern dais. Parade commander has now given the order to eyes right or eyes front, and is going to give the command that they will advance in review order. There they go.
I would like invite everyone to please stand. Thank you very much.
We can hear the applause from the crowd as the parade troop halted in a precision march. The final compliment is being paid to the President, the General Presidential Salute, while the national anthem is being played. Uniform groups, formerly the military parade, on our 45th anniversary of independence. Her Excellency the President is making her way from the southern dais, where she'll be escorted to her vehicle, followed by the several dignitaries who we see here at this ceremony.
I invite you to remain standing for the departure of Her Excellency, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mr. Burton, followed by Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Carrett and Mrs. Carrett.
It was a great moment, a great presentation.
A special thank you to Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, who have joined us today here at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, and those following at home and in Dominica all over the world. Thank you for celebrating with us today on the occasion of Dominica's 45th anniversary of independence. We invite you to join us at the Botanic Gardens for the National Cultural Gala at 3 p.m. and to get involved and engage in your communities for National Community Day of Service tomorrow, and Heritage Day in Woodford Hill on November 5th. Happy Independence to everyone.
People are very much appreciative of this. They're looking for it because they get the applause. They look for that every year, you know. And here it is, he's making his exit, but ensuring that he says hello and hi to all of the Dominicans who are and visitors who are actually at the stadium.
Oui, on peut apprécier ça même. Obligé, tous les années, vous voulez voir ça. Il y a un petit contact avec eux. Ça, regardez, on dit, regardez, comprendre. Il lève la main par eux. Et on va dire, wave. You aimez ça.
That's important, you know, to keep a connection between yourself and your people, the people that you represent, the people that you stand for. So it's very important on the day of independence, the food, that you can really create that connection with your people. And Roosevelt Carrett has understood that for many years, where he has actually done this. And the crowd actually every year, and Honorable, His Excellency, Charles Savrin, is himself making his exit.
Oui, le dernier président qui a allé, ça c'est M. Charles Savrin qui a quitté. Pourquoi ouais, toutes ces dignités a quitté. Le monde même qui a commencé à sortir en sitio, en chaise, on l'a assisé. C'est qu'il a commencé à préparer pour quitter. Mais il y a le dernier bout, c'est ça. Il y a le dernier miette ça qui fait ici.
Dernier bout là, c'est mon militant là.
Ouais.
Il faut faire un petit bagaille pour eux danser, pour eux chanter. So on va ça tout à l'heure. Ils même là qu'à deux bouts, qu'à attendre.
Ça te pose pour eux. Parce que
soleil là.
Le soleil, ouais, c'est nous dit pas au sol, mais c'est comme ça. Le soleil là depuis commencé.
And it's important to note the importance of our independence. You know, we have seen many countries of the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad, you know, Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, you know, Antigua, you know, that of Antigua, St. Kitts, and Nevis. All these countries have gotten independence from Great Britain, and we still have two French territories who are still dependents of France, and that of Anguilla and Montserrat are still dependent on United Kingdom. So we, as an independent state, 45 years now, as of today, 45 years, it's a sentiment of our freedom, our political freedom. It gives us the opportunity to go out there. Unlike before, when in 1967, 1st of March, when we were an associated statehood, we had this association with Great Britain. That's what it actually means. An association with Great Britain where they would be responsible for our defense, and we would have been responsible for our economy and our home affairs.
Actuellement, pareil différent. Dominique, c'est un pays qui a avancé avec résilience actuellement. C'est ça qui est mot là, président Dominique a avancé avec résilience.
One of the things I like to say though, in one of the countries that have gotten independence, Dominica is the first country when we got independent in 1978 to immediately become a republic, to immediately have a president. Trinidad eventually got to become a republic in the 70s. Guyana themselves follow suit. Then you had Barbados, who is a republic right now as we speak. But Dominica, proud moment for us. We were the first to have what is called a president as the head of state and not a governor general independence. That of Great Britain still having Great Britain as governor general, still having some threshold on those countries. We have seen Antigua, Jamaica right now is talking about becoming a republic. There's a serious discussion, and I'm sure by 2024 that you would have seen them maybe going into full-fledged as a republic state. We were there to see this, but Jamaica still does have a governor general. Antigua, St. Lucia, St. Vincent. Barbados does not have one because Barbados, I think, just about a year and a half ago, that they have then decided that they wanted to be a republic. We have just seen the Minister of Tourism going across. I think I must say hi to the Minister of Tourism. Good morning to you, ma'am.
Good morning, Cecil, and happy independence to you and all of Dominica.
I want to say thank you very much for coming to our microphone. Tell me what the season was like for you.
So far, this has been an incredible season. We had the World Creole Music Festival, TV Ash Creole, and from all reviews, patrons enjoyed themselves. We had a safe and incident-free independence celebration so far. And today was just spectacular with the number of awardees. I believe all of them are very deserving.
We know that we're into the cruise season that's a few days ago open. What's the plans for this year?
Well, as you know, this is one of our biggest cruise season. We have 30% more ships than we had last year. So we're expecting about 222 calls. The first call was well received by vendors, taxi operators. And so we're looking forward to an exciting season. We had an incident because of climate change and severe weather on a particular site. We hope to restore that within a few days. That site should be restored and that crossing should be safe again for cruise passengers. But we continue to see the increased demand for Destination Dominica by stayover visitors and cruise passengers. And I just await when we open our hotels and the cable car project, which we anticipate will double cruise passengers to Dominica.
I can't leave you here by not asking about your Fête La Poète today.
Oh, I mean, all roads should lead to Point Michel today. As you know, we started Village Feast in Point Michel. This is the 11th year of Fête La Poète. This year we'll be honoring our teachers, long-serving teachers in the community. And we have the Booyah Boss on the lineup, Signal Band, who gave an outstanding performance at the World Choral Music Festival. We have JD, and we have the King, of course, resides in Point Michel. So we have an exciting lineup for patrons. So tonight from 9 p.m. all roads should lead to Point Michel. And on Saturday after Community Day of Service, I want to encourage all Dominicans to go out and get involved in Community Day of Service projects. It's very important that we are patriotic and are seen to be giving back to our country. And the best way to do it is to offer yourself for service on Community Day of Service. We have many projects in the Soufriere constituency. We have a project in Galio. We have about 2 or 3 in Point Michel, 2 in Soufriere and 2 in Scottshead. I want to encourage all villagers to come out and support these projects.
Thank you very much. And let's see if we could get a few other people here so that we can actually have a few interviews with some of the recipients. And good morning to you, sir.
What's up? Hi, how are you doing, Cecil?
Daryl, congratulations to you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I sure appreciate it.
How it feels?
I feel appreciated. Sometimes, you do things every day. You go down to your office, you go out on the field and so on, and you sign your checks to make your payroll. You pay your truckers. You do what you have to do, but sometimes you don't really believe that people really even recognize that, But then it's good to know that you can create a living for certain people, have them send their children to school, put a meal on the table. And I've seen that we have so many workers that have been working with us over 20 years, 25 years, even 30 years. And it gives me a lot of pleasure in seeing that, That it is that what we are doing, we are contributing, bringing in some foreign reserves into the country through the exports of material. And the truckers in particular, having a little livelihood for them, they can go and pay their loans for their trucks. And they know for sure every morning I see them come,